to be standing here in Canberra still. How have you guys, I guess, adjusted to this latest late change?
Well, I suppose for me, my family's not here, so it's not much of a change for me. Still hotel rooms, but for the boys that wanted to get back and play in front of friends and family, it's probably a little bit more tough for them, especially the guys that are going over to New Zealand or South Africa. That I'm going to probably miss being at home for the next sort of 7 to 8 weeks. It's pretty tough.
Not being able to go back and I guess play in front of the home fans, driving the guys to make sure you definitely are there next weekend. Saturday, is that what it is?
Yeah, we can't get there. Obviously, if we win this game, we go to Sydney. But it's always disappointing if we can't play in front of our fans. It's been amazing. I think I played 3 games out of 4 there, and absolute great atmosphere there. Hasn't been touched anywhere we've gone around Australia yet. So hopefully we can make that final. And I've just heard I think we're probably up to sort of maybe 75% capacity there. So we can get some people in there, and it'll be great.
Can you just talk us through what Sunday was like? Were you kind of preparing to get to the airport? Did you have your bags packed?
I was sort of playing PlayStation and had my bags packed, and got the text message from V saying, "Oh, can everybody come downstairs and just going to catch up?" Because we knew that there was going to be a sort of COVID update. Some guys prepared for the worst because it is sometimes that's what cricketers do. We just do that, But I think it was just. Guys were packed, ready to go, and then we got told about 3 o'clock that we're going to be staying here. We weren't too sure exactly where the game was going to be. It was probably going to be either here or the Gabba, but then BBL just said, "Oh, we may as well stay here and play here." So
it must have been really devastating for a few of those guys, like you mentioned, who are going to New Zealand, won't see family and friends for a while. Did Adam or Ashton have to address the group and kind of address that?
A little bit. I just think I feel sorry for Dorf. I've hung out with Dorf and got to know him and his family pretty well too. So. He's just got a young kid that's just been born at the beginning of the Big Bash, and he's probably not going to see them now for the next 7 to 8 weeks, which is pretty hard. I've been in that situation before, so it's hard when you've got family around that you don't see often. So hopefully we can win and put a smile on their face.
And so in terms of not playing in Perth, like you mentioned, the crowd as being a big factor. Is the pitch better to play on for you guys over there? Like what's the kind of disadvantage?
I think we're 4 from 4, so I'm not going to say nice not. It's obviously people don't like travelling to Perth to play us there because we play such good cricket there, and we know exactly the formula that we need to do to play well there. So it's a great pitch, great fans again. I said after those games we've got 12 players out there with the 12th man being the crowd. So it's been amazing, but hopefully next year we can go back there and play some more.
How do you go about pulling yourselves together in time for Thursday, given that, I suppose, and given the loss on Saturday night?
It's just professional sport. I think, we finished in the top 2, gave ourselves a chance. We're beaten by a better team. And then, we've just got to pick ourselves up, get back to the drawing board and make sure that we do the basics well. I think every time we've done that, we've stuck together as a group. We've bounced back really well, and that's what good teams do. And, hopefully we can put it over the Heat in the next couple of days.
And just on the Heat, have you sort of had a chance to look much at them? They've kind of snuck under the radar a little bit to get to this point.
Yeah, well, I don't think any team with Chris Lynn sneaks under the radar, but I think definitely the way they've played, Pearson stepped up in the middle order, led the team really well when Lenny wasn't there, and then I think even Marnus and Spepo as well, they come and add a bit of different dynamics to their bowling group. So we just got to make sure that we do what we do well, and play to our blueprint and put on a good performance.
And just on your movements post Big Bash, I guess it's just straight back to New Zealand.
Yeah, I think, I was supposed to be going to the PSL, but with quarantine rules, we have to book our quarantine before we get any flights and things. So I left that a little bit too late, to be honest, and didn't have the flights for PSL. So at the moment now, it's just back to New Zealand, 2 weeks quarantine with the family, and then just see what happens.
You mentioned Dorf before, and having none of his, I guess, wife and his kids here, but the rest of his family still in Canberra, proud Canberra. Are you thinking that maybe Canberra might get behind you guys because of that? That might be your trick to get the hometown support here?
Oh, I hope so. It's a home game for him, isn't it? I think that's what some of the boys are saying. So, Dorf's family will come out and watch that. So hopefully we can get a good crowd and put on a good show. I think that's what finals cricket's about. That's why we play the game. If both teams play to their potential, it's going to be a cracker of a game.
You mentioned the Heat momentum? Is that one of the dangers that's going to be behind them as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think what I touched on before was that they've relied on different players. In the past, it's sort of Linny just score a quick 70 or 80 and then they get the job done, but they've relied on different players throughout this campaign to be where they're at, and full credit goes to them. But when we come up against them in a couple of days' time, put friends aside and we're going to go out there and try and dominate.
I think those two Lickies that you mentioned before, they counted for your whole top order a couple of days ago. How do you kind of play them differently?
I think just try and take our egos out of it instead of trying to smash them for 6 every ball like we tried. Just try and play smart cricket. I think the other day when we played against them, we tried to go outside of our comfort zone a little bit. But I think, like I said, the Heat, they've relied on a few players, and so have us. If it's not myself or J. Roy or somebody else, somebody else is stepping up. So it's going to be a great game. I think both teams are full of confidence, and hopefully we can all put on a good show.
Just one more on the PSL, mate. I mean, is it disappointing to be missing that, or are you kind of, given the global situation at the moment, are you looking forward to actually being able to spend a bit of time at home with family?
Oh, to be honest, I'm very disappointed to be missing out because Islamabad were really good to me and actually retained me, knowing that I was going to go there straight after the Big Bash. But yeah, I just couldn't get any quarantine booked in time. I think the PSL finishes on the 23rd of March and I can only get back into the country middle of May. So, and then another 2 weeks on top of that, so I'm getting out sort of the end of May. So yeah, it was tough. But like you said, with the world the way it is, maybe it's a silver lining. I can spend some more time at home, chill with the family, and then just get ready for what's next.
You might go have a look at the Aussie New Zealand T20s. Are you surely going to be backing for the Aussies, given that you're team?
I don't think so, but yeah, I think I'll get out on the 2nd or the 3rd, and I think they play at Eden Park a couple of days later. So yeah, I'll have maybe a couple of the boys around. Maybe food poison them a little bit and then make sure the Kiwis can get on top of them.